Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be running an experiment where we're going to find out if you can tell the difference between music composed by an AI algorithm and music composed by a human, that human being me. Before we get into it though, a quick word from the sponsor of today's video, D'Addario, who have recently released their new brand of guitar strings, the X Series. Now I'm especially excited to be pairing up with D'Addario because I've been playing their strings since I was plunking out Ode to Joy on my Squire Strat at the turn of the millennium. The X Series is the newest brand of their XT extended life strings, offering the thinnest and most durable coating yet. This means that you maintain the feel and tone of an uncoated string, but now each of your 6 strings not only lasts longer, but holds its tune longer as well. The XT Series is available in the most popular gauges for bass, acoustic, electric, and more. For more information on these strings, check out the link that I've placed in the description. Anyways, let's get to it. To create my AI music, I'm using a website that I came across the other day called Ava. Their mission statement being, whether you are an independent game developer, a complete novice in music, or a seasoned professional composer, Ava assists you in your creative process. Create compelling themes for your projects faster than ever before by leveraging the power of AI-generated music. It's easy enough to use. You select a style, put in a couple other parameters, and it generates a composition using the power of artificial intelligence. For example, I'm going to pick Tango, use the key of C, 4/4 time signature, and auto settings for the rest. Here's what it sounds like. First of all, this obviously doesn't sound like humans playing music. That's because it's all performed using MIDI. MIDI is a computer language that triggers digitally synthesized instruments that can often lead to a rather unnatural sound. If I were to record myself playing and compare that against a MIDI performance like this, it would be all too obvious which was which. So instead, I'm going to re-record whatever the AI spits out. I'll also write something and record that as well. We'll see if you can tell which one was written by me and which one was written by the software. To start, let's try the rock setting. The composition the AI has generated is in the key of D, 120 beats per minute, 4/4. For the song that I come up with, I'm going to treat it as if somebody came up to me and said, "Hey Sammy G, write me a rock song in the key of D, 120 beats per minute, 4/4. Here are the 2 compositions played in no particular order. See if you can guess which is which. I'll tell you the answer after. Okay, if you thought the first example was AI and the second composition was done by a human, you would be correct. Here are a couple thoughts about this particular AI tune. I played all the guitar parts exactly as they were generated. The rhythm guitar, while it made sense, wasn't intuitive and did take me some time to get under my fingers. The melody definitely wasn't something that I would ever come up with, but with some tweaking, there could be something usable there. The rhythms were often repetitive and predictable. Listen to the isolated bass part in the second half and you'll see what I mean. Overall, I found that the AI composition was lacking in embellishment, subtle surprises, and interesting syncopations, things that one might call the human touch. For my second example, I've generated a jazz tune, key of F, 100 beats per minute, 4/4. I've also written a song with the same criteria. I'm going to do something a bit different for this one. Instead of playing the AI tune exactly as it was generated, I'm going to make some embellishments here and there, as if someone came to me and asked me to play this song to my taste. Here are both compositions. See if you can pick out the AI one. This time around, the second tune is AI and the first one is human. To me, this one is much more obvious, but I think it's significantly trickier to simulate a more complex style like jazz. The harmony in the AI composition is about as basic as it gets when it comes to jazz. There's an F major 7, G minor 7, C7, and then in the second half there's a few more chords introduced, but nothing all that interesting. My composition, on the other hand, has much more going on with the chords. There are a lot of harmonic tricks and twists that I utilize that also make sense with the melody. This is not a simple task, and clearly the AI hasn't taken my course on music theory, which, by the way, is on sale 45% until January 6th with promo code HOLIDAY45. The other issue I have with the AI tune is the melody. A lot of music in this style was written back in the Tin Pan Alley days for Broadway shows and movies. Jazz musicians took these songs and played the lead singer's parts on their instruments. These classic jazz melodies have a real human quality to them because they're written to work with lyrics. To my ear, the AI jazz was completely lacking in this organic type of phrasing, whereas when I wrote my song, I came up with nonsense lyrics that I sang to help guide my composition. Okay, let's do one more. Ava has spit out a pop piano bass piece in the key of C. I too have done the same, but this time we're going to do things differently again. Instead of playing the parts on real instruments, I'm going to run everything through virtual instruments. This way, we'll see if the lack of real instruments has any impact on being able to pick out which is which. Listen close, see if you can tell which one is me and which one is the AI. For our final example here, I wrote the first piece and AI wrote the second. And I gotta be honest, I really don't enjoy the AI piece. While it doesn't seem necessarily wrong at any points, it just seems like a jumbled mess. There's no underlying sense of coherency between the parts or sections. It just sounds like a bunch of ideas tastelessly thrown together. I tried to do the opposite with my tune. Whether or not you think I succeed, or whether or not you agree with my assessment, let me know in the comments. There you have it. There's our experiment. I'll tell you now some of the conclusions that I've drawn from this. First of all, it's worth noting that the software I use today is still in beta mode. However, as far as I can tell, it's just missing a few features. I don't think it's going to sound drastically better. To my ear, it's not even close to what a human can do compositionally, and if you're hoping to get a finished recording out of this, you're going to be sadly disappointed with something that sounds like a cheap keyboard demo. I purchased a month of the Pro membership at $65, and I'm having trouble seeing the value in that. You're going to need to re-record and rearrange anything the AI spits out, and if you have those skills, you can probably compose something significantly better. If you do need royalty-free music for a project, you're much better off going with one of the many stock audio libraries. It'll get you a better end result, and it'll be cheaper too. Really, the only use that I can imagine with this is if you're a composer, you're stuck in writer's block, and need something to kickstart some ideas without ever having to worry about ripping someone off. Ultimately, it feels like this is the digital equivalent of somebody who has learned some basic theory, but has never really listened to any music. If I imagine the future of AI music, I think the biggest problem is recreating the musical instincts and tastes that you develop from being surrounded by music for countless hours. A great human composer knows when to play into our expectations, but also when to subvert them in brilliant ways that appeal to a deeper part of our psyche. I don't think an algorithm will be able to do that as well as a human until we're nearing the point of simulating consciousness digitally. And as far as I know, that is still the stuff of science fiction. So at this point, I wouldn't be too worried about the robots taking over if you yourself are a musician. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this look into what could potentially be the future of music. Remember to check out D'Addario's website for more information on their new strings. Besides offering a great product, they also offer a string recycling program, and if we ever want to get to the point where AI can compete with humans, we need to look after the planet. Things like this are one of the many reasons I'm excited to be pairing up with D'Addario. Thank you all for watching. If you want to check out another video like this one, hit that link up there. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, bang that like button and let me know in the comments. Until next time, thank you all for watching. I'm Samurai Guitarist, and I'll see you again soon.